Good morning, everyone. Today is our first edition of the Daily Dome. What the hell is a Daily Dome? This is basically a sort of a news and information thing that'll happen daily. I'm going to talk a little bit about the stuff involving the games that we play, a little bit pertaining to our schedule, what we're doing. That way people can keep up. It's a little difficult sometimes when you're a variety streamer. For people to kind of keep up with what's going on. So you'll know what I'm streaming today, and I'm sure this thing will evolve over time. Admittedly, today we got a little rushed, but as Lorne Michaels always said about Saturday Night Live, the show doesn't start when the show is ready. The show starts at 11:30. So, 9 a.m. every morning, Pacific time. And if you've missed it here directly on Twitch, then you can catch it on YouTube, which will be uploaded immediately afterwards. Matter of fact, you know what? Just while we're at it here, you know what? That doesn't work. The wonders of... Okay, so that's not going to work. That's exactly what I was hoping for. I was going to say you can check us out on social media at Twitter to figure out what's going on at the Gamers Dome. But since my neat little graphic doesn't work today, we're at the Gamers Dome pretty much everywhere. Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, even Instagram, Snapchat. You name it, we're probably at the Gamers Dome stuff there. Okay, so real quick, I want to cover a little bit of new stuff that pertains to things that we have had going on in our various games. And the first thing I want to talk about is the hashtag #PayThePros. Magic the Gathering. And normally my news is going to be like fresh for the day, but I have to open with this one because it was such a huge deal. For those of you who don't know, they announced at the last Pro Tour that there were going to be a significant slash in the payouts for Platinum Pros, and they were going to take place next year. So a lot of people who had already worked this year towards getting them were not going to get those. There was a large outrage in the community amongst everyone, even people who weren't Platinum Pros, like even myself, who ended up writing an article for thegamersdome.com about how this was just basically a broken promise by WotC. I still feel like they've broken the trust a little bit, but they have at least retracted the part about the benefits being changed for next year. Now, they're still going to be changed for the year after, but the fact that they even tried it in the first place was a little concerning. So we're going to have to see what's up with that. You can check out my article. It kind of runs down some financials in it, and there's a lot of good articles out there. It's been written by Brian Kibler, John Finkel, Matt Sperling, I'm sure a slew of others. So enough on that one. Duelist. Duelist is out of beta. It basically happened within the last couple of days. It is now a full live program, which is a major step in them saying, okay, we have this done. If you've not tried Duelist, I highly recommend checking it out. It's Duellyst. I don't have them on the schedule for today, but we will be streaming them. I think we're scheduled to do them tomorrow. I'll have to check the schedule. Normally, down there at the bottom, it's going to give you the schedule for today and for tomorrow. That way you can kind of keep up in advance. But I hadn't hammered down tomorrow's schedule yet, so it doesn't. Hearthstone has a new set out. Man, I'm so prepared here this morning. It's like something of the old gods. I can't remember what it is. It's really sad. I'm sure all I have to do is do a quick Google search here and we'll figure it out. Whispers of the Old Gods. There we go. It's out. If you play early, and I think it's still live as a promotion, but I'm not sure. Like, you log on, you get 3 boosters. If you play 5 standard or win 5 standard win 2 standard matches, you get 5 boosters. Play and win 5 standard matches, then after that you get 5 more boosters. So you can actually get 13 free boosters of the set. And for those of you who don't know, there's 2 formats now, standard and wild. Essentially, equating it to Magic, it's kind of like Legacy and Standard. Last 2 years plus the base set for Standard, and then Wild is just that. It's wild. You can play anything. So we are going to be playing some Hearthstone today, so you can check all of that out. On WWE Immortals, this week is Payback. So that means that the Payback gear is going to be live. So for those of you who are attempting to multiplayer grind for the gear, because I know I personally am one, you've got to hit top 5%, so make sure you're hitting your dailies. I personally am not going for this one, but it's only because I got it last year. So, but definitely be trying on that one if you're looking for that gear. The pay-per-view gear is some of the best gear in the game, so I recommend giving it a try here. And because again we are very prepared this morning, we should be more prepared for the future. I'm going to look real fast and tell you exactly what the Payback gear does. That way you guys can kind of know. So the things it primarily does, I'm not going to necessarily give the stats, is that it stops a percentage of damage when blocking, and it does a percentage reduction against signature 2 damage. When it's augmented, there's a percent chance for adrenaline drain on signature 2, and a 15% chance, or it starts at a 15% chance to heal a third of damage while blocking. So it's a very defensive piece, probably good for a big show or somebody else who's kind of coming in there, especially the enlightened one who just kind of wants to come in there, use his ability, and leave. So it's pretty solid. Past that, see, I was supposed to, oh man, I had all of these really cool, like, graphics that are supposed to pop up, and I talk about Magic, and then I talk about Duelist. This is how prepared we are. And then Hearthstone and Immortals. So that's awesome. But in Masked Dome news, yes, it's more than just daily, or just more than gamers. As I mentioned, Payback is this weekend. I have to admit, I personally am not crazy surprised or crazy excited for the pay-per-view. The card looks okay at best. I mean, I'm going to watch it. I'm a WWE fan. But more specifically, the Samoa Joe thing. So, for those who don't know, Samoa Joe is the NXT champion. And he won it at a house show in, I believe it was Lowell, Massachusetts. Well, I watched NXT today where they showed you the match. And they said Finn Balor got hurt. Basically, it was like a Finn Balor got hurt and Samoa Joe was able to win the match after that. Like it wasn't planned. I think it was. I personally think it's the whole thing is a work. WWE made sure to let you know at the end of last NXT that there would be a title match in Lowell on Thursday night. And There were a lot of cameras on hand for a house show. House shows don't tend to have a lot of cameras because they're house shows. They're not going to be broadcast. One, maybe two, but there were quite a few angles. So I think the whole thing was a work, personally. That's just my opinion. So anyway, for today's schedule, so everyone knows, starting at 10 a.m. And again, I'd like to remind everyone that we are Pacific time. So it's, if you're watching on Twitch, that means in about 45 minutes. If you're catching this on YouTube after that, and you might have already missed it, or maybe not. From 10 to 11:30, we're going to be streaming out some Supercard because the ring domination. There we go. The ring domination event is live. The survivor is Sasha Banks, and to be real honest, I kind of need her, so we're doing our fair share of grinding on that one. After that, we are going to play a little bit of Hearthstone. A couple hours there, 11:30 to 13:30 or 1:30 p.m. Show you guys some of the new Old Gods cards. Probably run in Arena and get a better feel for the new stuff out there. From 1:30 to 3 p.m., we haven't played Clash Royale in a little while, and that's because I suck at it. Well, I don't know if I suck at it, but I suck at it right now. It's not been a game I've been able to put enough effort into getting as good as I would like, but a lot of people like it and have been clamoring for me to start streaming it again. So we are going to do a short stream from 1:30 to 3 today on it. That wasn't scheduled for today, but I've had enough people in the last 24 hours ask me. And then at 3 p.m., we're going to start streaming Magic: The Gathering, pretty much our primary game here. I say till 5 p.m. We play limited, usually. If the draft's not over then, we're not going to be done. But somewhere right there in that general vicinity. Anyway, this has been today's Daily Dome. Make sure that you're checking us out here on Twitch every morning at 9 a.m. to get the lowdown on that. If you miss it, go to YouTube. First thing I do when this is over is upload it there. And one other thing is that I want people watching this thing on a daily basis. So we're going to start embedding things somewhere in the broadcast, like a keyword that you're going to be able to go into our Twitch channel and put into our bot to get Dome Bucks. So that's our little currency in there, and it'll let you do stuff based on how much you have of it. So since people like extra bucks, I'm going to give you guys a chance to earn them. Anyway, I have to stream in 45 minutes, so I'm going to stop here, and I will see you guys